Oh, goodness me. I read this headline and I legit burst out laughing. The Little Mermaid star Halle Bailey says a black mermaid would have changed her life when she was younger. It's funnier than that. And I know on face value, loads of people go, why are you laughing? Well, I'm laughing because, one, it's a goddamn mermaid, for goodness sake. How would seeing a black mermaid change your life? And the way she goes on about it, you'd think it was the second coming of Christ. But also, it's funny because there was a black mermaid. Her name was Gabriella. Did everyone like conveniently forget this one? It's about the same time. I mean, it was the Little Mermaid TV series. Gabriella was a thing. Black Latina, as far as I'm aware. I mean, these kind of videos just write themselves at this point. So yeah, Gabriella was a thing. A black mermaid was a thing. So why wasn't your life changed, Halle Bailey? Anyway, let's dive into this today. I hope you find this as funny as I do, because this is absolute gold. Like, genuinely, absolutely golden. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Oh, God. In a new interview, the Little Mermaid star Halle Bailey explains why getting the opportunity to play the iconic Disney princess means so much to her. When it was announced that Halle Bailey had landed the role of Ariel in Disney's The Little Mermaid live-action remake, the internet reacted in about as calm and reasonable a way as you'd expect, i.e. not in the slightest. Hashtag #NotMyAriel trended in no time, and Bailey received a lot of backlash from those who felt that irreparable damage had been done to their childhood because Ariel wasn't going to be played by a white woman with red hair. It can't have been easy for a young, up-and-coming actress to deal with, but in a new interview with The Guardian, Bailey revealed that the negative response to her casting didn't really come as much of a surprise. I mean, yeah, the world we live in today, just being a black woman, you have a certain awareness that comes with life in general. So I wasn't very surprised or shocked. Bailey went on to speak about how important representation in these major blockbuster films are, noting that if she had a black mermaid to look up to when she was growing up, it would have made a big difference to her childhood. Sorry, ladies and gents, the fact she didn't have a black mermaid to look up to damaged her childhood. If I would have had a black mermaid, that would have been insane. That would have changed my whole perspective, my whole life, my confidence, my self-worth. You're able to see a person who looks like you when you're young. Some people are just like, oh, it's whatever, because they've had it their whole life. It's nothing to them, but it's so important. She's a fucking mermaid, mate. She doesn't look like you. And secondly, you did have one. You did have a black mermaid to look up to. Oh, God. Oh, it's so funny. Why isn't your whole perspective changed, Halle Bailey? I thought it would have changed your life. I thought your confidence, your self-worth. There was one. What are you doing? Ah, right. It's because she wasn't the Little Mermaid. I see. That'll be the response that some of you guys give. Fuck off. I don't care. This is such nonsense. The fact that she's like, if I would have had a black mermaid to look up to, it's like, hey, mate, it's a mermaid. What are you doing? Absolute nonsense. Oh, it cracks me up so much. Oh, so funny. Apparently, just being a black woman, you have to have a certain awareness, allegedly as well. I mean, that sounds an awful lot like projection, but never mind. This is absolutely... Gabriella was a thing. Why are we just forgetting Gabriella? Hashtag don't forget Gabriella. Like, what's going on? Gabriella. was the black Latina mermaid. But we've conveniently forgotten about her. And then, you know... yeah, I mean, this is the same article here. But... oh, she said this. Well, this is the plot anyway. Which I think they're changing slightly. I think they're changing the whole Eric thing. Because it wasn't so much like... I mean, she was in love with the surface as opposed to Eric himself specifically. But why are we just forgetting Gabriella? Why is looking up to a black mermaid so important? She doesn't look like you. She's got a tail, mate. She only looks like you for a certain amount of time. Oh, God, it's so bizarre. I don't understand. And they've... here's the China poster as well. They've released a Chinese poster. Well, that is the Chinese poster. That's an excerpt from the Chinese poster. You want to talk about Disney placating to... well, I guess racism, if you want to call it that. They're trying to, you know, white her up for the Chinese poster. It's not a good look. It's a pretty bad look that Disney's doing here. But this just made me laugh so much. Like, for goodness sake. If I would have had a black mermaid to look up to, it would have changed my whole perspective, my whole life, my confidence and my self-worth. Ugh. She doesn't look like you. She's literally a mermaid. What do you want about? And you did have one. Gabriella. Why we forget... I don't understand. Why we can... Like, Gabriella had her own friend as well. Is it because she was deaf? Apparently. It says remembering deaf mermaid. Is it because she was deaf? Is that why? But isn't that the best thing? That's like full-on representation, isn't it? You know? That would have won you an Oscar, Disney. Why didn't you do that? You would have got well in there for the Oscars. You'd have had a deaf black mermaid. And Latina. It's like the trifecta. Oh, goodness. Anyway, whatever. This is my Monday morning chuckles. Let me know what you think, because I find this absolutely hilarious. Cheers, guys. Take care.